Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Tonight's the night, Impact Wrestling fans. Turning Point. It's going to be an amazing event. Lots of tremendous matches have been booked for this show, and I personally can't wait. It's going to be a great show. And 11 or 12 matches in total tonight. Again, big main event, big tag team championship match, a huge X Division title match. Digital Media Championship is on the line. Fin Juice involved as well. We're gonna have lots of great matches. So let's get into it. Let's just get right into it. We have two pre-show matches. Jordan Grace defending the Digital Media Championship against the number one contender, Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green winning a fatal four-way match on YouTube. If you're a YouTube insider, you definitely would have seen the match or had the opportunity to see the match. It was a terrific match. Chelsea Green victorious, becoming the number one contender. Chelsea Green saying that she wants the Digital Media Championship. To get it, she's going to have to go through, of course, the champion Jordan Grace, and this should be a great one. Both very talented individuals. We should have a great match. But when all is said and done, I do believe Jordan Grace will retain the Digital Media Championship. Second match on the pre-show, Finn Juice, Dave Finley, Juice Robinson, had to get a match for them after they lost the number one contender match to the Bullet Club. They will face Decay, Black Taurus, and Crazy Steve. This should be a really good one as well. Finjuice takes this one, in my opinion. I don't think Finjuice is going to lose. They threw this match together just to get Finjuice on the show. I know Juice Robinson was on the last Impact Wrestling show. Was talking to Dave Finley, saying that they have to get back. They lost the number one contendership. They lost the number one contenders match to the Bullet Club. He was alluding to they might be down, but they're not out, and they have to rise to the top again. So they get this match against Decay. Of course, Scott D'Amore came out, made the match. So second pre-show match, Finjuice versus Decay. Again, I'm picking Finjuice to win this one. Okay, then we have the X Division Championship match. This is going to be off the charts amazing. Off the charts amazing. Trey Miguel, the X Division champion, defending against Laredo Kid and Steve Macklin. Was originally supposed to be Laredo Kid against Trey Miguel 1-on-1. Laredo Kid became the number one contender in I believe it was a fatal four-way match. Steve Macklin was actually involved in that match as well, but Laredo Kid became the number one contender. Steve Macklin claiming he's undefeated, that he didn't actually lose, and he wanted to be involved in the match. So the match was made on the last episode of Impact Wrestling. Steve Macklin against Laredo Kid. If Steve Macklin won, he would be inserted into the match and it'll become a triple threat. And Steve Macklin, of course, won the match. He defeated Laredo Kid. And we had a triple threat. We have the triple threat match, Trey Miguel versus Laredo Kid versus Steve Macklin. And this, like I said, it's going to be off the charts, incredible. Steve Macklin is just he has been absolutely on fire ever since he came to Impact Wrestling. He's become one of my favorite Impact Wrestling superstars, and I'm picking Steve Macklin. I'm picking Steve Macklin to become the new X Division champion tonight. I say he's going to pin Laredo Kid. He's going to win the title. Trey Miguel, of course, is going to say, well, you didn't beat me. He's going to take a page out of Steve Macklin's playbook, and we'll get Steve Macklin defending the title against Trey Miguel successfully, of course. I think Steve Macklin wins tonight. So my prediction, one more time, Steve Macklin becomes a new X Division champion tonight. Then we have the Impact Wrestling Knockouts tag team titles on the line. The Inspiration, Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay, who are doing absolutely fantastic work right now for Impact Wrestling. They even said that they found their new home. They're very happy with Impact Wrestling. So I'm looking forward to this one. They're taking on Decay, Havoc, and Rosemary, the former champions. This should be a great one. Their first match, where the Inspiration at Bound for Glory defeated them for the tag team titles, was a great one. This should be a great one as well. But the Inspiration's not losing the title; they're retaining. They're retaining the titles tonight. So my pick: Inspiration, Cassie Lee, Jessica McKay, retain against Decay. Then we have the singles match for the Impact Wrestling Knockouts Championship. This one is going to be, I said the triple threat match is going to be off the charts. This one is going to be way off the charts as well. This is going to be pure fire. Mickie James, the champion, defending against Mercedes Martinez. Um, Mercedes Martinez winning the Knockouts Knockdown tournament to become to earn a shot at the title, and she's cashing in here. Turning Point. This is going to be one hell of a fantastic match. Mercedes Martinez is so damn talented, as is Mickie James, and I'm picking Mercedes Martinez to win the Impact Wrestling Knockouts Championship. I think she would be a great representative to hold that title. I actually looked on a few sites and it actually said that Mercedes Martinez is signed to Impact Wrestling. I don't have any confirmation on that, but it says that she's signed, and if she is in fact signed, then I really think that she's going to win the title tonight, but I'm picking her to win anyway. I'm picking Mercedes Martinez to win the title and to set up a showdown between her and Deonna Purrazzo for the Impact Wrestling Knockouts Championship. So my pick, one more time, Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez becomes the new Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion tonight. Then we have the Good Brothers defending the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Championship against the Bullet Club. Chris Bay, Hikuleo. Chris Bay and El Phantasmo defeated Finjuice to become the number one contenders for the Impact Wrestling tag team titles. El Phantasmo got called back to New Japan Pro Wrestling to participate in the Super Junior tournament, so he is not involved in this match, but it's Chris Bay and Hikuleo taking on the Good Brothers. I think we might see a title change in this one as well. I think we might see it. There's a chance. I know they want to build up. I don't know, but I have a feeling. That they want to build up the Bullet Club and Impact Wrestling. I think we might see some surprise. There could be a few surprises tonight. And what if Jay White shows up and interferes in the match, and the Bullet Club become the new tag team champions? That's a likely scenario. Jay White is in the States. What if he shows up tonight? It's a live show. What if he shows up tonight and Bullet Club become the new champions? That's a likely scenario, in my opinion. But when all is said and done, I do think the Good Brothers are going to retain. So I'm going with Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Bullet Club become the new tag team champions. But if I had to pick, I'm going to pick the Good Brothers to win that one and retain. Then we have Matt Cordona against W Morrissey, the singles match to determine the next, I guess you could say number one contender. Should be a great one as well. I know they both want a shot at Moose and the Impact Wrestling World title. This is going to be a great one as well. Cordona, Morrissey, and Morrissey, he came in and he just became one of the top stars of Impact Wrestling. Basically, immediately, I'm not sure what his contract status was. I know he had mentioned that he's only signed through Bound for Glory, but apparently he's signed for a little longer. So hopefully they lock him up to a long-term deal. But Cordona and Morrissey, they had a little face-off on the last Impact Wrestling episode TV show. And this match was made Cordona and Morrissey. Whoever wins moves forward and will be one of the next in line to challenge Moose. So whoever the tag team, whoever the world champion is, will be next. They'll be next in line to challenge for the title. But I'm picking W Morrissey to win this one. This should be a great match as well. I'm really looking forward to it. Two really great talents getting together in the ring. But I think W Morrissey is going to get a push. I think he's going to get the win here, and I think he's got a future title shot coming up as well. So I'm picking W Morrissey here to beat Matt Cordona. Another singles match. We have Chris Saban against Ace Austin. Chris Saban losing to Ace Austin recently. Ace Austin wearing the hilarious "I beat Chris Saban" shirt. Chris Saban getting another shot. This should be a great one, just as the first match was. I'm sure Madman Fulton's going to get involved again. I don't know if Chris Saban is going to bring an equalizer with him or not to offset Madman Fulton. But whatever happens is in this one, Chris Saban gets his win back here. So I'm picking Chris Saban. Next match, Heath and Rhino versus Violent by Design, Eric Young and Joe Doering. Heath and Rhino defeated Dina and Joe Doering on Bound for Glory, but now it's Eric Young and Joe Doering taking on Heath and Rhino. This should be a good match as well. Here's what I'm thinking, though. Here's what I'm thinking. What if, what if Heath turns heel and joins Violent by Design? What if Heath turns heel and joins Violent by Design? That would be a great swerve there, huh? I'm thinking that it's possible, because we got Heath and Rhino feuding with Violent by Design. What if Heath turns on Rhino and joins Violent by Design? What do you think, guys? I know it's unlikely, but I was just thinking, what if that happens? But it probably won't happen. But if it does, you heard it here first. Um, but I'm picking Violent by Design with Eric Young back. Eric Young, Joe Doering, they defeat Heath and Rhino. And again, I wouldn't be shocked if Heath turns on Rhino, because you would think that maybe Rhino would be turning on Heath, but you wouldn't be really expecting Heath to turn on Rhino and join Violent by Design. But just keep your eyes on that. Keep your eyes on that. But I'm going with Eric Young and Joe Doering to win this match. Next match, we have Rich Swan. Was supposed to be against Brian Myers, but Brian Myers is not medically cleared. He said on Twitter it's due to a high number of liver enzymes. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he tweeted out. And actually, VSK offered to take his spot, and Brian Myers basically agreed on Twitter that VSK will be taking his spot. I don't know if that's a swerve or not, but right now it's Rich Swan versus to be announced. I don't know if it's going to be VSK or if they're going to bring somebody new in, maybe from Ring of Honor, one of the Ring of Honor upcoming free agents, possibly to take on Rich Swan. What if Jonathan Gresham shows up and we get Rich Swan versus Jonathan Gresham? So I'm sure Ring of Honor will allow that. What if Jonah Rock, aka Bronson Reed, shows up to take on Rich Swan? But we'll see. It's be interesting. I'm sure we're going to get a nice it's either going to be VSK or a nice surprise here. So looking forward to that. Then we have whoever it is, depending on who it is. If it's VSK, Rich Swan wins. If it's Jonah Rock, Jonah Rock is probably going to win. I doubt it's Jonah Rock. I think Jonah Rock, if he shows up tonight, will just show up just to take somebody out. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up like in the Cordona W Morrissey match and has a stare down with W Morrissey or something like that. But whoever it is, it's most likely going to be VSK. So I'm going to, of course, go with Rich Swan to get the win there. Unless Brian Myers, it's just a swerve from Brian Myers shows up and interferes in the match and gets the win for helps VSK win. But we'll see. It'll be an interesting match. That one. Then we have the main event. They have the main event. Let me pull it up here. Main event is. I just lost my track. There we go. So the main event, of course, will be Moose defending the Impact Wrestling World Title against Eddie Edwards in a full metal mayhem match for the Impact Wrestling World Championship. This should be a great one as well. Moose will not lose to Eddie Edwards tonight. They had an all-out brawl on the last episode of Impact Wrestling. Scott D'Amore came out. They made it a full metal mayhem match. And that's what we got. That's the main event. So Moose defending the Impact Wrestling World title against Eddie Edwards. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic one, but it's just designed to give Moose a big win here. Moose is not losing to Eddie Edwards. Moose will retain the title tonight. And it's almost certain that Josh Alexander, who does not have a match. It boggles my mind that Josh Alexander does not have a match for this show. Josh Alexander will absolutely interfere in this match. He'll probably, after the match is over, or even during the match, he'll come down and he'll go after Moose at some point. So expect to see Josh Alexander showing up, unless Josh Alexander is booked elsewhere. Right? I don't know, but I think Impact Wrestling would take precedent over any indie bookings that Josh Alexander might have. So I don't know. I don't know. It could be he's got a indie booking that he's unable to get out of, or there's something at play here. I heard I think it was Combat Republic. I was speaking with BQ and he had mentioned that Combat Republic and mentioned that maybe Scott D'Amore is going to turn somehow on Josh Alexander. You never know. But something just doesn't seem right that Josh Alexander, who Scott D'Amore called at one point who called Josh he called Josh Alexander. Sorry, getting excited. Called Josh Alexander the face of Impact Wrestling, but he doesn't have a match, which is a little odd. But he will definitely get involved in this match again if he's booked elsewhere and he can't get out of it. And Impact Wrestling gave him his blessing to keep that booking. Okay, I understand, but then I think maybe somebody else would show up. Maybe Jonah Rock, aka Bronson Reed, might show up here and have a face-off with Moose. He did that at New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley show, where they got face-to-face. We might see that here, but I think we're definitely going to see some sort of interference, whether it's Josh Alexander or somebody else, or a stare down, or after the match is over, Moose gets attacked by somebody. But expect to see that during this match as well. And we're going to see there's going to be I think there's going to be a couple of surprises. Like I said, I mentioned Bronson Reed, I mentioned Jonathan Gresham. I think we're going to get. I was just thinking, but what if Rich Swan's mystery opponent is Speedball Mike Bailey? That'd be just absolutely tremendous match as well. Again, unlikely, but hey, you never know. You never know. But it's going to be a great show. And I mentioned earlier that there's going to be 11 or 12 matches. One match that's being announced on some sites, but not being announced on others. Johnny Swinger versus the Demon. If they don't have that match, I'm fine with it. I could care less really about that match. It makes no sense. I don't know why that match would be even considered for this show, or why would they would even consider booking Johnny Swinger against the Demon. Nobody cares, to be honest. I don't think anybody cares. So if that match doesn't happen, I'm cool with it. If it does, it'd be a snack break for me, to be honest. And I quite frankly could care less who would win that match. Don't want to be vicious there, but I could care less who wins that match if it does in fact happen, because we all know the Demon's going to win in like 30 seconds. But anyway, yeah. So there you go. Those are my that's my preview and predictions of tonight's huge Impact Wrestling Turning Point show. Starts again at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I think is a bit of a mistake, a bit of a mistake. But hey, I'm not running the show. I would rather it start at 8 and end at 11, but it said it's going to start at 10 and end at 1. I'll just have to drink. If the Johnny Swinger or Demon match does occur, it'll be a coffee break for me. So I'll drink a cup of highly caffeinated coffee just to stay up and watch. Okay, so that's it for me. So I'm going to leave it at that. Anything else breaks today, I'm sure it will. I'll be back. I'm sure I'll be back a few times today. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And enjoy Turning Point tonight, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.